San Francisco 49ers surprised a lot of people with their first-round pick of a wide receiver last night. That might have some wondering, as Bailey mentioned, what's going to happen to the other team's receivers. For more analysis on this and more on the draft, let's go to Stephanie Sanchez of the 49ers 49K podcast. Welcome back to the show. I have to say I was surprised. I'm not upset. I do watch SEC football. I know who Ricky Pearsall is. I've seen him make some great catches over the last few years, especially last year. So I'm kind of excited as a 49ers fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited too. There's reason for optimism for sure. I don't think, the 49ers taking a wide receiver this early in the draft was a surprise when you look at the fact that this could be Deebo's final season with the Niners. Juwan Jennings is on a one-year deal. I think for a lot of fans, including myself, when I first saw the pick, I think it was Ricky Pearsall that early. Maybe it was too early, right? You had Ladd McConkey from Georgia still available, Xavier Legette, who went right after the 49ers pick. But, I kind of wondered, maybe the 49ers figure he wouldn't be available for their second-round pick, and maybe the start of the second round would have a lot of wide receivers going, including maybe to Adam Peters to the Commanders. They might have known that Adam Peters liked them. So just something I thought about.
Yeah, and, Steph, there's really nothing wrong with the way I see it, and a lot of 49ers fans see adding another skilled position, adding another weapon for Brock Purdy. But what concerns me is that Brock Purdy and Brandon Ayuk have made such a good connection. I wouldn't want the 49ers to lose that, but you never know. All three receivers, Ayuk, Deebo, and Pearsall could be on the team this next year.
Yeah, they could, and it seems like Brandon Ayuk, at least, is pretty fond of the pick. Bailey just mentioned that they played together for a year at ASU, and apparently Brandon Ayuk texted John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, said, "Fire pick, can't lie." And there's reasons to like Pearsall, right? He's extremely athletic. He tested as one of the most athletic wide receivers in this draft, ran a 4.31, excellent body control, hand-eye coordination. And, I mean, you see some one-handed grabs in his tape as well. So he's a bit of an exciting player that way. And I'll say this. There are some things that he was asked to do in Florida that reminds me a bit of the role that Deebo Samuel has with the 49ers today. I mean, he gets the ball behind the line of scrimmage quite a bit and around screens. So that could maybe tell you what the 49ers are envisioning for their future.
Maybe they want a true slot receiver, and maybe they're thinking that way. Before we go, Steph, I want to mention if the 49ers here have any needs you like them to fill in coming up in the upcoming picks here.
Well, definitely tackle, I think, is something, the 49ers could use. Blake Fisher, Roger Rosengarten are definitely some guys who could potentially be available for their pick at 63. And I also think a corner is something they're going to want to look at early. There was a corner available. There are two corners available at their pick at 31. They didn't go that route, so maybe in the second round.
All right, Steph Sanchez, if you haven't seen her podcast or listened to her talk about the 49ers, always a good time. Thank you for joining us on KTVU.
Thanks, Al.
All right.